It's your boy, ThotSlayer247, and this is my song, Simp for You. Alright, so Simp for You is about kind of like whenever a girl turns you down, or they don't like you like that, you know what I'm saying? And so pretty much you can always rely on your friends, and in the end, your friends always got your back. So that's kind of what the song is about. Keep it fresh, keep it real, no pressure. See a battery across the room, all pleasure. All alone by herself, go over. Hold up, I don't even need her. Like, when you see a baddie across the room, or just someone good looking in general, a lot of times you don't really know them, and it's all based on looks, and so it's all pleasure, that's where that part comes in. And then but also trying to bring a complete stranger into your life, and just to start that first conversation, it takes a lot of confidence to do that. So no pressure in doing that. You gotta approach it with confidence, I remember last time when we both met, saw stars so lost in the moment. Too bright ain't right, I was blinded. Psych, too late, I decided. Alright, so this is kind of like after the fact. But a lot of times when somebody likes somebody, they kind of overlook their flaws, and they kind of see them as perfect. And so just whenever you're liking somebody, you kind of want to keep their flaws in mind, But I think it's kind of hard to do because you've liked them. It's hard to see, the problems that they have, or some kind of issues, or a compatible issue with them. And so it's blinding, and it hurt in the long run. Just gotta be cautious, Thick thighs, brown eyes, straight hair, small nose, 5'5", no lie, finna be a vibe. Sure, I need a ride, girl to step aside. Even though you cute, you hate to be the bride. So thick thighs, brown eyes, straight hair, small nose, 5'5". I would say is your ideal girl. A lot of girls fall into that category. But it's not. It sounded good. It rhymed and all that. But I think actually that's a good looking person right there. And 5'5". I'm 5'6", so 5'5" is kind of pushing it a little bit. But I wouldn't mind a couple of inches taller than me, but I prefer if they're lower or the same height. But But anyways, so pretty much, you can find a baddie bad, they're super fine and all that. But sometimes either they just mess with you, or they kind of don't want in it for the long run, they're not ready for marriage, or they don't want marriage, And so I'd say you gotta date for marriage. That's what I want to point out. And she might not be serious, and if she ain't willing to be the bride, then just drop her, just drop her. And also, if you're liking somebody, don't be a simp. Don't do her favors or give her rides, if she isn't willing to show something back, don't try too hard to make her like you, Don't be nice just for the sake of expecting something in return, to like her back, like you back. So you gotta kind of stay strong to yourself, and again, just keep in mind she might not like you, or maybe she gets real cold and she's mean. So oh my god, a booty so sweet, on me all week, it's juicy. Rather be with them instead of play with you, cause I never thought I would simp for you. All my homies are thick, regardless of who they are. Each one of them are thick, hella thick, you know what I'm saying. But pretty much, even in the event that a girl kind of rejects you or you figure out that they don't like you, you know, yeah, you keep it down, but just remember that your homies always got your back. And they're your day ones, you know, because sometimes you don't really need a girl, you know, or sometimes you need some good friends to help you out during times. And so, yeah, just appreciate your homies, you know. Even though she may be thick, you know, your homies are thicker, you know, thicker in the curves, but also thicker in the heart, you know. And yeah, you know, girl, well, you gotta be like that. Want something real, now feel attacked. Well, you thought you were not kinda had it. Things changed, boo-hoo, so tragic. So this part is kind of like after the fact. I mean, it's kind of selfish on the person's fault, not necessarily the person of interest, but kind of like the main character. They feel hurt, you know, that they want them back after all they've done. I mean, you shouldn't really be like that, but that's kind of what's going through his head. Like, oh, I did all this stuff for you, and you still like me, you know, like a nice guy. Yeah, I mean, that's kind of how this part kind of seems. But don't be a nice guy. Don't be a nice guy. But kind of also, it can also be seen in like another perspective where a guy kind of like stops liking the girl, but then the girl kind of like likes him, you know, and starts liking him. So the kind of like the roles kind of switch, and so yeah, it's just like it hurts. Like I've liked you for so long, but then you know nothing reciprocated. I mean, now you start liking me while I just kind of like got over you, and yeah, it hurts. It hurts. Like you know, just now I got this time to think about myself. Have you ever thought how it really felt? Homie's booty's so thick we can not share. You with him, who cares? You can't compare. Once you like eliminate, you know, the stress of like liking somebody and you know seeing if they like you back. Once you either gotten over them, when you gotten over them, you have so much like room on your plate. You kind of like there's nothing to worry about, you know. And so you pretty much you got a lot of time to think about yourself, you know. Kind of like one specific friend I know. You know, without, you know, if you're not focused on a girl or a person of interest, you can really like work on yourself, you know, how to reflect on yourself and kind of learn about yourself, you know, what you're into, what you're not into, what are your strengths, what are your weaknesses, you know, and then, you know, once you learn to like love yourself, you can start to love others, you know. So I mean, it's a good saying, you know, just focus on yourself. Yeah. And then the second part of that is kind of like, you know, bringing back into your homies, you know, that your homies always got your back, you know, even if she goes with another guy, she turns you down or whatever, you always got your back, you know. Your homies always got your back. It's always them, you know. You can never get it wrong. And so kind of like at the end of it all, like if she doesn't like you, you gotta respect that decision and just move on, you know. And you also remember, you know, your homies are always there for you, you know. They're always there for you, you know. But one exception, if she's toxic, if she's abusive, you know, then yeah, just throw her out. Just throw her out. No, you don't want to deal with that. Cause there's some crazy girls out there, some crazy people out there. And yeah, you don't want to mess with that. You do not want to be in a toxic relationship. It is not good. And yeah, just keep an open mind, you know, stay conscious. It's not always perfect, you know, and you gotta look out for those flaws, you know, and see if it's something you can work with or it's just kind of a incompatibility for you, you know. So yeah, if she ain't the one, well, you know who is? Your homies. That's all it is, you know. This is chorus version 2, part 2. I forgot to record the last 2 times. This is the real one. Excuse me. This is explaining verse 1, part 2. For marriage, abusive.